My name is Charles Molame, your host today, and today I'm in the studio with.
Confidence in caring.
All right, Mr. Confidence, welcome to the show. So today, for those that do not know, just give us a brief summary about yourself.
Okay, so currently people like to say that I am the best designer in Benin, and also I am a creative entrepreneur. So I own businesses and also own creative agencies too.
Wow, that was a lovely one. So today's topic, we're talking about how creatives should explore new markets. So what's your take on this?
Okay, so to be very brief or to be very sincere, currently there's a huge market for creatives, and creatives are focused on their fears, right? If you look back at when social media came about and print media was really scared, I mean, people like the Vanguard and the rest were scared of how social media is going to take their jobs. And the same thing is happening today. At every time technology evolved, people were scared, but there were a few people who saw the opportunity and took the opportunity. So creatives, don't be scared of what is happening. AI is taking your jobs, yes, right? That's reality. But don't be scared that it's taking your job. Instead, learn how to explore, be curious about this new market, be curious about wanting to belong to this new market, and you see that there are opportunities there too. There are the likes of prompt engineering is another big space. And what I see some creatives doing, especially on social media, is they now become, like I said before, I am a creative entrepreneur. They become creative entrepreneurs too, right? So they create solutions for businesses with their creative skill or tech skill, and they sell it off to those businesses who actually need those solutions, right? So they learn how to sell, to negotiate things that they didn't really have the skill for before, right? So basically, before they were just like sitting on the system and creating, right? But now they now have to learn the art of selling, the art of negotiating, and business in general, how to keep numbers and how to send code DMs and email and those things. That's what you should focus on learning. Learn how to use your skill to solve problems. Problem solving is never going to change, right? Problem solving as a creative is never going to change. So learn how to solve problems using the new know-how, which is AI, using AI tools and implementing those strategies, helping businesses or helping people live a better life. And I mean, you'll be fine if you do that.
Oh, that's a good one. So let's look at the scenario now, case scenario now. Let's say there's
Yeah.
someone like just finished school now and is looking for how to navigate the creative space. What would your advice be to that person?
Don't learn the generic skills. So like the generic skills like you'd see everywhere. Um, learn how to become a graphic designer in the next 10 days, or learn how to become a UI UX designer in the next 6 months. Don't learn the generic skills, right? Learn the foundational skills. That's what you need, right? You need the generic skills. You need the technical know-how. Yes, that's fact. But make sure that you are learning above the technical know-how. You are learning as a new or as a already existing creative. You are learning the foundational know-how, business strategies, how to reach out to clients. Those are what put money on your table, right? Because I'm sure that you're not just creating for creating sake, you're creating to also make money. So, as a person who just finished school, don't just focus on skills. Our parents will try to push us to learning skills, right? But don't just focus on the technical know-how. Also focus on soft skills, right? Leadership and things like that. That's what you put your best foot forward, even in the game. So yeah. And also, apart from everything I said, make sure that your game is out there. Make sure that you are out there. Make sure that you are showcasing, oh, I'm learning this. Social media, whether going for events, make sure that you are showcasing that I am doing something, right? And I mean, people will notice you if you are consistent. And even though you are just coming up, people would want to support you, and that's something of value you would need.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so what's your final advice to anyone listening to this podcast now? What is that one thing you should take home today from listening to this podcast?
Okay, so above all, trust God in the process. Above everything I've said, above everything trust God in the process. Someone told me something. He said, um, he said something. He said that you don't until know, until you understand. You don't know until you understand, right? Trust God that He will bring. There was a time in my life where I was trying to understand what I was to do at that period of time. And I mean, God really came through for me in that period of time. And that really taught me how to trust Him and just know, let's go. At some point, I was pursuing my ambition, right? I was pursuing, I need to make a lot of money at my young age. And that's the dream of every young person, right? But trust God that He knows why. Guess what? Almost 100%, or let's say 90% of billionaires are men above 40. So why are you rushing? So trust God that He's going to get you there at the time you would get there, at the time you you'd see that it will be more glorious. So don't rush it, right? Things like this take time. Take your time. Don't be harsh on yourself. Be good to yourself, right? Be kind to yourself, and keep pushing. And I love to see your works.
All right. Thank you for joining us on this interesting episode, and we hope to see you in other interesting episodes.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.